Hey there folks, Anthony here. Today we're looking at a pen I picked up a little while ago. It's one when I saw it, I just knew I had to pick it up because it made me giggle. So we're going to take a closer look after we get this opened up here and see kind of why that is. Alright, so now that we've got that opened, we've got the pen itself, a cap, and then underneath here we have a ink cartridge. And then we have an instruction guide here that shows you how to install the ink cartridge. None of this is in English, but it has pictures, so you should be able to follow along even if you aren't familiar with fountain pens. And since I haven't said it, this is the Pilot Kakuno, and it's a specific one from one of their sets. It is from the Family series, and this is why it kind of made me giggle. The Pilot Kakuno, all of the nibs for those fountain pens do come with a little face on it, but the Family series, each of the different colors of pens represents a different member of the family. And this one here is the Papa, which is just a little man with a mustache and a tie. And it was just a little goofy for me. I thought it was something that was a little interesting, but nothing special in the long run. It just made me laugh, and I needed to pick it up. On the front of the insert here, you can see kind of the other different faces that they have for the different nibs and colors. So let's get this ink cartridge installed and get this pen writing. So we'll remove the barrel of the body there, open up the cartridge, and then we just need to firmly insert this into the back of the section here. And just a bit of a twist, make sure that feels like it's gone in there all the way. And then we will give that just a bit of time to make sure that has time to fully saturate the feed before we try to write with it. And while we wait on that to saturate, we'll take a closer look at the pen itself here. So this is a fully plastic bodied pen. We've got a clear plastic section and then a blue body and cap. There's no clip on the Kakuno here, but it is a hexagonal shape. So that will prevent it from rolling when you sit it down. And while you can make it roll, it does stay in place. Inside the cap here, we do have a cap seal that goes around the nib and mates with the section there to help prevent the nib from drying out while capped. We do have the branding of Pilot, the manufacturer, and then the model of pen, the Kakuno there. And then it does have a little sticker here. So let me see how hard that is to remove, because I don't need a sticker on my pen in particularly. So now that I've got the corner up there, it does look like it's coming right off. Doesn't feel sticky, didn't leave any residue behind. Another little feature I've noticed here, besides the kind of hexagonal shape, it does have a little bump here on just this one side, which I would assume is to act as a roll stop as well. Again, it mainly works on a flat surface. It's a very smooth plastic pen, so it will slide even if it doesn't roll. And once it starts rolling, it's probably going to get going because that little bump is pretty minuscule in comparison to some other pens that I have with roll stops. And I did pick this one up in a medium nib, which is what I typically go with. I used to pick up a lot of fines and extra fines, and I do like pens that have a little less tooth to them than the extra fines that you usually get. So I will typically go for a medium now. But I don't, because of my handwriting, I don't particularly like anything much broader than that. I do write fairly large, so I can get away with a little bit more with like a medium, but once I start going to anything bigger than that, some of my letters start to run together and it becomes even more legible than it already is sometimes. Looks like we need to give this just a bit more time here. I can see that some of the ink has made it into the feed, but we haven't quite fully saturated. I'm going to use A little bit of a trick here to see if we can get that going just a tiny bit faster. So what I'm going to do, very gently squeeze the cartridge here. Since this is a larger, longer cartridge, it's fairly soft, we can give this a bit of a squeeze. And so that got us saturated up there well enough to write. This is a black ink that it comes with. And with the Pilot pens, they do use Pilot cartridges, which are not the standard international or kind of a typical cartridge that you would pick up with another brand. So you do need to get specifically Pilot cartridges, but you can buy empty cartridges on Amazon to refill, as that's going to hold more ink than the compatible Pilot converters. And really, it's not any more convenient other than when you need to refill it. With the cartridge or the converter, you're able to dip your pen down in and twist the filler to fill that up, or some of them are a push button. Where with the cartridges, you use like a pipette or an ink syringe to fill those up, and then they have a little rubber plug to plug them up. So if you filled up a couple of those, you'd be good to go for quite a while. But if you wanted to have a bottle of ink and fill from that on the go, you would need kind of a cartridge there or a converter there to fill that up that way. Had a little paper fiber there that I noticed while I was writing. So I believe this ink is going to be on the drier side. The pen itself feels fairly smooth as far as the nib goes in all directions, so I don't think one of the tines is out of alignment. But when I try to kind of fill in this square, I can tell it's starting to dry out as I go, and that could be just because I need to let it saturate a bit. But since it dries quite quickly, I don't think this is a very lubricated ink, but it also is one that probably would not feather a lot based on that. So other than the Pilot Varsity, this is my first Pilot pen as far as a refillable cartridge-based pen. And so this is one that is fairly inexpensive. The whole pen itself comes in at right around $14, plus or minus $1 or $2, depending on the color you pick out and the nib size. So with this one, it's not too expensive. It is made out of a hard plastic, so this is the kind that if you were to step on it or something, it is definitely going to crack. But it is very clear, so most of the plastics that are a little bit softer tend to not be quite so crystal clear, so it's kind of a give and take. It does have that cap seal there, so I do think that should hold your ink in there quite well with a lot of very inexpensive pens over time of, a couple days, sometimes a week or so. If you let the pen sit, it will completely dry out to the point you can't write. And I have had pens that I've let sit for, a week or two that more or less all the ink inside the pen evaporates and you just have kind of a sludge left. So the ones that seal really well are nice if you have, multiple pens and you just kind of grab whatever you want, or, you don't use your pen a lot and you just want it to write when you pick up. That is a very good feature to have typically. The lack of a clip is kind of a pro or con for me. I don't ever use the clip particularly, so it's not a, feature for me beyond usually kind of a design statement, and it is something that keeps the pen from rolling just like a roll stop. So it really is just kind of looks, and it does add the added function of if you do want to clip it on a shirt pocket or your pants pocket, that's an extra feature, but it's not really a plus or a minus for me. It is a snap fit cap, which does post quite well. It's a very lightweight pen, so posted or unposted, it really does not make a huge difference. This is not a pen that has, quite a bit of weight to it, and then the cap itself also weighs quite a bit to where you feel like you're weighing down the back of your hand. It posts plenty deeply to where that does not seem unwieldy. It gives you the extra bit of length if you do like that, but isn't one of those that just barely caps on and you feel like you're wielding this big baseball bat in your hand. The nib itself feels well aligned and not particularly more scratchy in one way or the other, so I don't think any of the tines are out of alignment. So for an inexpensive pen, that is typically a good thing, because I know I get a lot of cheap Chinese pens, and a lot of times you just got a little tweak to it, and they're fine. And when you pay sub $10 for a pen, that's not really a big deal to me. I like to find, pens that look really cool and write well enough, rather than having a pen that writes, perfect, but looks kind of bland. So this one, if you like that demonstrator look, is a very good pen. It comes in multiple different colors, not just on the family series, but you can get the Kakuno in a couple different colors as well. They're fairly inexpensive, and would be kind of a good place to start if you wanted something that is refillable, unlike the Pilot Varsity, which is a pre-filled disposable pen, which also writes extremely well and comes in quite a bit cheaper. But once you had to buy multiple of those pens, where you could buy a pack of empty cartridges and a bottle of ink and be good for months and months, where with those varsities, depending on how much you write, you might go through a few of them a month, and that would add up quite quickly. But depending on kind of what is more important to you, do you want a pen that's just something to try out, or toss in a drawer and not worry if you forget about it, or something that's a little bit more but still not out of the park, expensive. So I would definitely recommend this. It was just a goofy little pen I saw, nothing that I needed by any means. I just saw the nib face and wanted to pick it up just for that alone. So if you're interested, I've got a link in the description. I picked mine up on Amazon. That seemed to be kind of the most reasonable priced place, but you can find them at different pen stores and stuff. So wherever you see one, it'd be a good pen to try if you don't already have one. Thanks for watching.